This isn't a scene from an exotic location. This is right here in Virginia. This land looks untouched, but at one time it was used for farming. This area is a recreated wetland designed to be a home for various plant, insect, and animal species and to offset the impacts of development.
25 years from now, that'll still be an element of a transition zone where it's fragmented so it doesn't all become woods again. There are some spots of grasses in open areas, you know, different species like that, but you'll always manage that, and so we actively manage it, and you know, from here forward we're going to monitor this area that we're planting now for the next 10 years.
Darden alumnus Aaron Revere is the general manager of Falling Springs, an environmental resource company in Richmond, Virginia. He and his colleague, Darden alumnus James Parker, specialize in the development of mitigation banks, which sell credits to developers needing to replace natural environments disturbed by construction. Revere brought wetlands mitigation banking to life in a Darden classroom at the invitation of Professor Richard Brownlee, who teaches a case on the topic.
2 days before we taught the case, I learned that a graduate of Darden of about 10 years ago is actually doing wetlands mitigation banking, and it was fabulous. Nothing like having somebody who's actually doing this when we taught the case for the first time.
It's almost to recharge my batteries each year on the topics of sustainable business and that stuff, because they ask good, hard questions. Not that long ago, sitting in their seats wondering how you even find a job that hits these things that you're interested in.
It was a win-win for everybody, I think including our graduate, who was really glad to be back at Darden.
The mitigation banking case highlights the ability of business to improve society. In his business and sustainability class, Brownlee teams up with Professor Mark White in the UVA McIntire School of Commerce. White's research examines eco-services and what he calls pricing the planet.
We have different incentives to have people do different things, and one of the strongest incentives, of course, is economic incentives. And so putting a price on the planet, we get to figure out what is the value of these services and how might people behave given those different prices. So I guess I would say I value nature.
So do Revere and Parker. They teamed up 4 years ago to help their employer, Tredegar Corporation, incorporate sustainability in the company. Falling Springs is now a wholly owned subsidiary of Tredegar and contributing to the company's bottom line in important ways. According to Parker, their growing industry requires persistence.
We're trying to create something we believe in, and we have the support of the board and the executive committee. But at the same time, we're on the front lines, and you see the challenges, and you have to wear many hats. We did form in a recession, so the outlook was, there was certainly a lot of uncertainty in what we do, but we've stuck to our guns.
It is a catalyst for continuous improvement, thinking about these things. This type of topic, you'll find that people find they have an extra hour somehow or another to work on a new recycling program or a new light fitting program or a community garden. A lot of people have passions that fall in this bucket.
Yes, we need to grow in development. Ecosystems are going to be strained, and we need a way to preserve them. Well, this is a way to do that. So how do you get the money, and how do you get the talent, and how do you make it all work? So it's just a great contemporary example of how you can bring business into society and address society's needs that are exciting and profitable and environmentally friendly.
For the Darden School of Business, I'm Abina Foreman.